Today, we believe we know how the planet we live on is structured. What first appeared to be a flat object has now been proven to be a sphere. We assume that, so to speak, there is nothing special beneath the Earth that could be interesting by our standards. First comes the Earth's crust, which is about 35 kilometers thick, and beneath that is the mantle, which is 3,000 kilometers thick and made of viscous rock. At the center of the Earth lies the core, made of iron and nickel. It is slightly smaller than the Moon and over 6,000 degrees hot, a temperature unimaginable for us. While our skyscrapers are not even 1 kilometer tall, the Earth's crust alone is already 35 kilometers thick. The question remains whether everything has been fully researched and discovered. Although this worldview is widely accepted and proven, some recent scientific findings have raised new questions in people's minds. Is it possible that more is possible inside the Earth than we think? Jules Verne's vision in the novel Journey to the Center of the Earth, where a geologist finds an encrypted travel route to the center of the Earth and encounters vast seas, will never become reality. It's simply too hot underground for that. You can accept this statement, but nowadays you can't just leave it uncommented. We live in a time when we can tell what it's like hundreds of kilometers beneath the Earth just by examining a tiny stone. It all started in 2014 with a diamond from the transition zone, that is, at more than 6,000 kilometers deep. The diamond revealed to scientists that in the transition zone between the upper and lower mantle, there are incredible amounts of water. How did they figure that out? Water-bearing ringwoodite was detected in the diamond, a typical mineral in the transition zone. But since the stone was too small, its exact chemical composition couldn't be measured. Therefore, it was uncertain how well the study represented the average Earth's mantle. But years later, an international research team took it a step further. This time, they examined a diamond from Botswana, Africa. It is said to have formed at a depth of 660 kilometers. Such diamonds make up only 1% of all diamonds. It was analyzed using the so-called Fourier transform infrared spectrometry and Raman spectroscopy, techniques used to study the molecular structure of substances. This time, the inclusions were large enough to measure the composition precisely. The results from 2014 were actually confirmed. Professor Frank Brenker from the Institute of Geosciences at Goethe University Frankfurt, who was involved in the study, said, "In the study, we demonstrated that the transition zone is not a dry sponge, but actually stores significant amounts of water." But how much water is that? Now imagine all the oceans of the world. Beneath the Earth's surface, brace yourselves, there is 3 times as much water as in all the oceans on Earth. This discovery has the potential to change the way we think about how water originated on Earth. Why is there water on Earth, and why exactly this amount? Or to put it differently, what function does this immense water reservoir serve? Presumably, the Earth's interior is also part of the water cycle on our planet. Because what's interesting is how the Earth has ultimately managed to keep sea levels so constant for millions of years, allowing a habitable environment to exist. However, interestingly, the Earth is now able to cover its surface with water without any problems, as long as the cycle allows it. One would be rather unemotional if one didn't think of the Great Flood at this point. An amazing balanced cycle. Elements are carried from the Earth's surface back into the Earth's interior, from where they return to the surface as beautiful diamonds through volcanic eruptions, from which we can gather a lot of information. As we said at the beginning, we live in a time where we can read from a small diamond, the most valuable and noble stone on the planet, what's happening hundreds of kilometers beneath our feet. And that's why a healthy skepticism should always be present, even when it comes to science. Because before, no one ever thought it was possible that so much water could exist beneath the Earth. We're getting closer to Jules Verne. Imagine there are huge oceans beneath the Earth, liquid water, just on a completely different scale than on the surface. But imagine, there are animals living beneath the Earth that we don't know at all. Just imagine. People have been living there for hundreds of years, even with advanced technology and a way of life that we don't know at all. Streets, cars, airplanes, countries, or buildings. There's definitely more space there than on the surface. There are science fiction novels and serious reports about such things. Often, you also hear that the Earth's core serves as an underground sun. Have we been living on the wrong side for centuries? Well, just the fascinating idea is enough for us.